Hi guys, it's Jay from Ayaba's Win. I'm here today to do your reading for October 2019. I just wanted to let you know, if you haven't seen my previous videos, I'm a priestess in the Afro-Cuban tradition, so I will be interpreting the Arisia Tarot cards from an Afro-Cuban spiritualist perspective. And then midway through the video, I will pull from some sacred Odu, which in my tradition, it guides our daily lives and it helps us to fulfill our destiny in the most positive way possible. Okay, so I'm going to start off with a quick prayer. Some of the information may resonate with you, all of it may resonate with you, or none of it may resonate with you. And just keep in mind, this is a general reading. If any of the information does resonate with you, definitely like, share, and subscribe. And you can look at previous videos from other months just to get the running storyline. Okay. Some of these energies can last for several days, they can last for several weeks, or they can last for several months. It's just based on how spiritually evolved you are. All right, so I'm going to say a quick prayer and then we'll get started. Light, peace, and progress to the spirit guides and protections of the Aquarius collective, whose birthdays range from January 20th to February 18th. Light, peace, and progress to the spirit guides, protections, guardian angels of the Aquarian collective air sign, whose birthdays range from January 20th to February 18th. Light, peace, and progress to the spirit guides, protections, guardian angels of the Aquarian collective, whose birthdays range from January 20th to February 18th. I come before you here today, spirit guides and protections of the Aquarian collective air sign, to channel your messages. I pray that the information flows abundantly and accurately. I pray that the information will help your Aquarian children to make the right decisions for the month of October 2019. I pray that you will continue to guide them, uplift them, rejuvenate them, and help them to fulfill their destinies in the most positive, successful way possible. We honor your presence here this evening, and we pray that you continue to open all the doors and all the paths to their success, happiness, and well-being. Thank you. Multiply. Okay, we're ready to get started. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with presenting you the cards, and then we will start the conversation. Okay. So first card up was your Four of Earth, which in traditional tarot is the Four of Coins. And this Four of Earth talks about holding on to things tightly. Financially speaking, this Four of Earth or Four of Coins, financially talks about you holding on tightly to things. Maybe money may be temporarily tight. It may be temporarily low, and you're holding on to the few dollars that you have. It could be that you do have money, but that you are a little bit stingy or frugal with your money, and as far as spending and giving out to others. Okay, if this is dealing with a relationship wise, it could be that either you or your significant other is not really generous with their affection. Okay, that people could be holding back, they could be reserved, either because they were hurt or just because they just don't express their feelings. Okay. And so you could be dealing with possibly a Taurus. I really don't do the astrological signs that are present, but in this case, it could be a Taurus that's involved with you. Okay, so this is the Four of Coins. You also see that he's at the top of the hill. He's by himself. So it could be that, you could feel alone. Um, you could feel very lonely. Or it could be because you may not be sharing your wealth with anyone. It could be that people have abandoned you. They're not your friends. You're losing friends. It just could be that you feel very lonely at the top. Okay. The next card that came up is the Eight of Fire. This is the Eight. Yes, it's the Eight of Fire. So the Eight of Fire is the Eight of Wands. All right. And in traditional tarot, the Eight of Wands talks about a message is coming, a message is on its way. That action is taking place. Okay, it's some kind of aggressive, assertive action that's taking place. Here you see volcanoes erupting. So in which case this could talk about your emotions, okay, and your temper. And so basically what Spirit is saying, that you may have to watch your temper. You could be boiling, and there could be something that triggers you to upset you. And if you do get upset, it could be that it could be explosive. Okay. You could have had an explosive outburst at some point in the past. It could have just happened, or it may happen soon. Okay. So just keep your emotions and your temper in check, because Spirit is saying that you are under pressure, that you could be stressed out. You may not have an outlet to express yourself, and so therefore you feel like you're going to explode emotionally, okay, which can result in physical injury to people, okay, and also. It could potentially mean, as far as health is concerned, that there could be some kind of explosion in your body. It could be like an embolism or an aneurysm, something that could explode in your body. So just be mindful of that. That's a possibility as well. The next energy that popped up is the bobble Orisha. Okay, so the bobble Orisha is a card that in traditional tarot is represented by the magician. Okay, this bobble Orisha in my tradition is a priest, a high priest or a high priestess. Okay, and basically you'll see all the elements of earth, fire, water, earth, fire, water, earth, fire, water, and air. Okay, and so this Baba Larisha has the power of manifestation, has the power and the blessings of the heavens. Um, who knows what they're doing. Okay. And the positive aspect, this could be that you are a natural born spiritualist. You can have these spiritual blessings and capabilities to manifest good things in your life, but also the potential to manifest things in your life that are not so good. Okay, so you definitely have some strong power, some strong energy, some strong ache. We call it in my tradition. Okay, and your ache is the ability for you to be able to speak using um, your tongue to manifest, to create things, but also your tongue can destroy things. And also your tongue can get you in trouble, okay? Sometimes it can trap you. Also, another aspect of this card could be that someone is doing some kind of spells, some kind of spiritual work, possibly brujeria or witchcraft or black magic to kind of impact your situation. Or it could be that you have done something to impact or influence a situation. So we'll find out further in the reading once we go along. The next energy that came up is Eshu. Okay, so Eshu in my tradition is an Orisha. It's a male aspect of God. This particular energy, Eshu, predominates at night. Eshu's energy is found on the corners, sometimes in the crossroads. Eshu tends to be almost, he plays like the devil's advocate. So he's not the devil. In my tradition, we don't believe that any devil exists. We do believe in good energies and positive energies and negative energies, yes. However, Eshu's energy, he plays the devil's advocate. There will be a number of doors, and you'll expect him to give you guidance, and he'll point to all the doors. So basically, Eshu represents free will. Okay, but Eshu came reversed. So Eshu is basically saying that he wants acknowledgement. If you find that things go missing a lot in your house, or something was there and then all of a sudden it disappeared, and then all of a sudden it reappeared. Things of that nature, that could be Eshu's energy. It could be that Eshu wants acknowledgement, okay? Eshu's energy, like I said, predominates on the corners, okay, in the streets at night, okay, which has a totally different spiritual energy than those energies in the daytime, all right? Eshu's energy represents chance, luck, games of chance, like gambling, um, taking risks and things of that nature. But basically, you do so at your own risk. Eshu could be saying that he wants attention, that he is announcing that he's protecting you, that he's standing up for you, but he needs acknowledgement, or that something is not right. Something along the lines is not right, okay? And so we'll find out further what Eshu is talking about. The next energy that came up is the five of earth. So in traditional tarot, the five of earth is the five of coins, and this talks about being left out in the cold, abandonment, things of that nature. Okay, finances are really bad. In this case, the five of earth shows the goat initially that was standing up on the top of the hill is now falling into um, this volcano, this fiery volcano, and that there's bats flying around. Okay, and this is during a full moon. So just keep in mind that there could be an incident or energies that are quite prominent during the full moon. The next full moon for October is October 13th or 14th, around that time. The full moon lasts for several days, okay? But the full moon's energies can exist before the full moon cycle or after the full moon cycle. So just be aware. So this is not a good sign. This is saying that, you're at risk, that you have enemies that are flying around you. So these bats represent enemies. And this is a nocturnal energy. This is energy again at night. Remember, Eshu came up. Eshu's energy also prevails at night. So Eshu is warning you that you could have enemies that are surrounding you, that are lurking, that could want your demise, okay? It could be, like in traditional tarot, it talks about the five of coins, someone being left out in the cold from a relationship, a failed relationship, arguments, that kind of thing. But as she was saying here, that you need to be careful, that there's energies of the night that are very prominent, that are happening to you in the month of October. So you got to keep your eyes open, especially around that full moon. You could see something change or happen. Um, I don't want to say for the bad, but you just want to be leery. You may want to start taking some spiritual baths before the full moon happens. So, like I said, the full moon I think is October 13th. So, you may want to take a series of spiritual baths, white baths, which I have listed on my discussion section of my YouTube channel. You may want to take some white baths, spiritual baths to clean you, to cleanse you. You may definitely want to go into meditation, mantras, reciting mantras of protection, which I definitely have listed on my channel under, you can search Jason Gallant, or in the playlist that I have, you can go to Sanskrit mantras. There are particular mantras for protection. They have the Hanuman mantra, and there are some other mantras for protection. So you definitely want to start praying and doing those mantras 108 times in the morning, 108 times at night, to start building up your force field and protection, because you clearly have enemies swarming around you, okay? And they're looking to see your demise, okay? On the flip side of this, and talking about matters of the heart and love, you have the Ace of Water, which is essentially the Ace of Cups. So, romantically speaking, the Ace of Cups talks about love coming, new love on the horizon. Okay. And it's going to be a beautiful moment for you. There's happiness and blessings that arise. This person that could be coming through could have the energies of Yemaya. Yemaya is the Orisha, the feminine aspect of God that owns all of the oceans of the world, that is the mother of everyone on this planet, that is the mother of all the Orishas, which are aspects of God that we can connect with here on this world, in this earthly plane. But also to the water, the beach is going to be very important to you. And you can also take spiritual baths with ocean water. Okay, as long as you don't go in too deep into the ocean water, you can either get a bucket or a bottle of water, take it home, do a spiritual bath with it, and it will cleanse you of all negative energies. It'll break spells, curses, hexes, anything that has been worked against you, and it will uplift you, give you the clarity and the strength you need to move on. It shows that Yemaya's energy, that mothering energy, is very strong with you, and that too, emotionally, you're going to be fulfilled. If you haven't already met someone new romantically, that you're going to meet someone new, and that you will be fulfilled, okay? And the blessings will come. And this event could happen on a bright, sunny day. So just keep that in mind. And then the last card that has come up is the Two of Air. So the Two of Air is the Two of Swords in traditional tarot. So this Two of Air in traditional tarot, Two of Swords, talks about being at a stalemate. Like you're stuck. You're trying to make a decision, but there's no movement. You got to choose between two things, two scenarios, two options, possibly two people, and you're all up in your head about it. Here in the Arisha Tarot, though, if you look in the card, there's two beautiful swans. There's a heart in between them. So in this case, it could be that romantically speaking, you could be in your head about choosing between two people that are very similar, that two people that have very similar qualities or traits, okay? Two people that, um, connect to you in a very special way, okay? Because it shows the heart here. It shows that, they could potentially be a love interest, okay? It also could mean that you and your significant other are very similar, okay? And that there's harmony that exists between you. So just take whatever scenario applies to you, if it applies to you at all. But this just could be that you have to decide and choose between two people that are very similar, okay? And that they could both offer you love, but it's just up to you as to which one is going to be, you're going to have the more harmonious relationship with. And yet again, water is prominent here. So you definitely, with the water piece too, it could be that, definitely spirit is saying to stay hydrated, that you also have spiritual energies that are represented, that own the waters of the world, the earth. Okay. In one aspect, it could be the ocean. So Yemaya's energy could be very strong with you. Yemaya's colors are blue and white. Yemaya represents fertility, children, family, um, and abundance and wealth and prosperity. Okay. So let's see what's happening. I'm going to pull from some sacred Odu, which helps to give you the advice and helps to unveil and uncover what is going on a much deeper level. So you may want to get a pen and paper to write with, because there's a lot of information that's going to flow. And just give me a couple of seconds. I'm going to shuffle. It's too many cards. Okay, that should be enough. Okay, so let's get started. Um, so just keep in mind, Odu can kind of speak in not riddles, but in sayings. So I'll read the saying to you, and then we'll go into the interpretation. The first Odu that spirit is speaking through, okay, and Odu is a feminine energy. Odu is the womb of knowledge, and of information, okay? So this is coming directly from spirit. This is not me. So I'm just channeling the information and the message. So the first message that spirit has is the inseparable friends separate. Okay, so this means that someone that you thought was a friend, a dear friend of yours, who you would not ever think you would separate from, you're going to separate from. It could be that you could have had a falling out, a disagreement, or that you guys are simply growing apart from one another because spiritually you're evolving, or that person is evolving spiritually, and you guys no longer see eye to eye. This could deal with pertain to a mate of yours, a partner that you have, or it could have to do with a friendship, okay? Nevertheless, just keep in mind, the spirit is saying that you could either be the fool or the genius. You can decide. So basically, spirit is saying you got to make the decision. You got to have your head on right. You got to be clear. So those spiritual baths that you take help to keep you cool headed and clear headed, to give you the clarity you need to make the decision. It looks like there's potentially some funny stuff that has happened. Okay. So I don't know if there was a friend that stabbed you in the back, that there was a disagreement, that there was either slander or gossip or chinche that was happening around you. Okay. But it's announcing that two friends will separate. Okay. It could be, like I said, a partner. In a love relationship that you could separate, but it could also mean a friend. All right. And so this energy could have happened, is about to happen, is happening now, or is going to happen. Okay. So just keep your eyes open for that. Also, the spirit that is speaking through this energy is an aspect of God, that is called Obatala. And so Obatala deals with your head. Okay, Obatala deals with the intellect. Okay, Obatala deals with your mental clarity. Obatala is the arisia that created all heads in this world. Okay, so Obatala knows what's going on in your head. Obatala wants you to keep your head clear. So just be mindful of taking drugs and alcohol, anything that's going to cloud your judgment. Obatala is saying no. For the month of October, try and steer clear of that so you can have a clear head to watch your enemies, to plan how you're going to move ahead strategically. It could be that your money may be a little funny right now. Okay, but Obatala said he's going to help you with that. Also, would serve you to dress in a lot of white. You see this Babalarishia here is dressed in white. So dressing in white will help you to get for purity and clarity. Wrap your head in white, sleep in white, white sheets, keep the night light on, do all of those things to kind of keep you in balance with spirit, and do a lot of prayer and meditation, spiritual baths, and things of that nature that are going to help to center you. Okay. Also, with Obatala, you definitely want to watch a lot of things that are white that you eat. So watch eating a lot of rice, pasta, things with a lot of sugar or salt in it, because Obatala owns all things that are white. Obatala owns white cloth. Obatala owns white foods. Okay, and so this could be Obatala saying that you definitely have to watch your intake of food items that are white, because it could cause you to have diabetes, or which is high sugar. It could cause you to have hypertension, which is high high amount of salt in your blood in your body. And so just be mindful of that. But definitely the white cloth is going to protect you from negativity. Okay, so definitely try and wear as much white as you possibly can, especially for the month of October. The next card that came up is even the walls have ears. So spirit is saying that, you got to be careful of the conversations that you have with people, where you have those conversations, who you have those conversations with, even in your own house, especially if you're living in an apartment situation. People could be listening through the wall, listening through the doors, standing out in the hallway. Also, too, you got to be careful of potentially someone listening on your cell phone. You could think that you're rejecting a call, and you actually answer the call and think you rejected it, and then people on the other end are hearing all of your conversations. So just be very mindful of that. This could also mean that your enemies that are lurking around you, according to this card, could have some kind of insider access to you. Okay, if people are doing any spiritual work, dark spells, black magic, things of that nature, and it happens in all traditions, all races, all cultures. It just has a different name in every tradition. So I can't tell you what culture, what tradition it's happening in, but basically, Spirit is saying that they could be tapped into your energy. And I think that, these people that are doing work, they're doing work at night. Okay, and they could be doing work according to the moon, the phases of the moon. So just be very mindful of this, okay? And you want to start building up your strength and your power and your energy, your spiritual army, by prayer and meditation, dressing in white, doing your spiritual baths, smoking out your house. You could use frankincense and myrrh. You can use sage. Um, you can use Palo Santo, anything like that, to keep your spiritual space clean, to keep your mind, body, and spirit clean. All right. Spirit is also saying, do not make your plans be known. Okay. Don't make your plans be known that you're traveling to Hawaii or exotic location. You're going on vacation. You have a big business deal that you're working on. You're switching to a new job, you're having a baby, none of that. Don't say anything. At this point in time, don't mention it, don't say it, because there are people here that don't have your best interests, okay? And Eshu came reverse. So Eshu is saying that you got to keep your eyes open, okay? Something is not right. And so Eshu is warning you of this. The spirit is saying that you could lose wealth. Okay, so maybe this is why. Maybe you're sensing that your money is a little funny, money is temporarily tight, And maybe that's why you're holding on tight to your money. You're being frugal at this point in time. So, but Spirit is saying there could be a loss of wealth. So keep your eyes open. It could be as a result of these enemies, okay? These enemies that want to see your downfall, okay? Because remember, he was on top of his coins and now he's falling into the volcano. All right. So it went from the 4 of coins to the 5 of coins. So it's showing that this is progressing, and that these people potentially don't want to see you prosper. They don't want to see you have an abundant life. They don't want you to have prosperity and wealth. All right. So just keep in mind that this is a progression, and this could have been ongoing, okay? And that this cycle is playing out. Um, okay. So Spirit is saying for you to not to come out of your customs, okay? Um, Basically what Spirit is saying, like, whatever you were raised in, whatever traditions you have, don't come out of your customs, because there are blessings in the customs and the traditions that you have. You may think that you need to assimilate and adapt other cultures, traditions, um, and practices, because you just want to blend in with them. You want to feel more like them. However, Spirit is saying, no, don't do that. Don't forget your ancestors. Don't forget your culture and your tradition, okay? That will not benefit you for the month of October. This is your strength. Your culture is your strength. Get back to it. Do not sell out. Don't abandon your customs at this time. All right, is your strength. It is your force field, your protective energy at this time. You need it. You need it. Because you have all these bats flying around, which represent your enemies, both seen and unseen. Okay? So Spirit is saying to watch out for that. Spirit is saying that you may suffer from headaches or feel sickly, and it could come out of the blue. Okay? You also could potentially be experiencing marriage troubles. So just be mindful of that. Spirit is saying that you need to treat your children well, because your children are your blessings. Okay, so you may be experiencing stress, maybe financially and otherwise, and then sometimes you may take that anger out and that frustration on your children. But Spirit is saying, especially at this time, your children are your blessings. You need to treat your children like solid gold if you don't already do it. Okay. Spirit is saying that you could have been passed around a lot as a child, and that you only had one parent that was really present in your life. All right, and that parent may have done the best job they could do, a great job, or that parent really may not have done a good job or could have done a half-assed job. Okay, but Spirit is acknowledging this. They're letting you know that this is a possibility, and this will only pertain to a select group of Aquarians. Spirit is saying that your tongue can cause problems for you. Okay, so you basically got to watch what you say. And you had the magician come up. So you have the power to manifest things, but sometimes the tongue has a life of its own. Okay, and sometimes you can run your mouth too much and it can get you in trouble. Okay, it will trap you. Your tongue could betray you. All right, so you definitely have to be careful of that. It's better to be more observant, to watch, to listen, as opposed to be speaking and running your mouth. Okay, and sometimes if you feel like you want to say something in a conversation, but you can't get the words out and you keep trying to speak, but someone keeps interrupting you, that means Spirit is telling you, keep it shut, zip it. It's not meant for you to say. Whatever you're going to say is going to get you in trouble. It's going to start an argument. Okay, it'll cause problems. Um, Spirit is saying that you could be a bit restless. All right. You could be wandering, restless. There could be discomfort. You may have problems sleeping. Um, you definitely have to be careful, because in this Odu, in this energy that Spirit is speaking, that this is the birthplace of cancer in the intestines. Um, it also is the birthplace of hemorrhoids, cysts, and any kind of tumors or growths in your body. So Spirit is saying you definitely need to go to the doctor to get a checkup. Okay, go to the medical doctor and get a checkup, because Spirit is saying that there's a potential. This is the birthplace of cancer, in the intestines, hemorrhoids, cysts, etc. So also spirit talks about all of the holes, the openings in your body. So that could be your eyes, your nose, your mouth, your ears. Any cuts in your body, your private parts, okay? Any openings or cuts in your body um, could enter sickness and disease, okay? So be very, very mindful of that. Um, Spirit is also saying you have to be careful with adultery. So adultery, this is not really an adultery card, the two of swords, okay? But in this picture, this is showing two options here, okay? A possibility of two options. So these two people could both be in process with you, which could be considered like a third party situation, depending on how far you have gone with these people sexually, emotionally, and otherwise. So Spirit is saying that you definitely got to be careful of adultery, because in the adultery, there could be drama, there could be sickness and sexually transmitted diseases being passed. It could be a pregnancy that you're not prepared to deal with. And so Spirit is warning you, be very careful with third party situations, all right? It's stepping out of your marriage, stepping out of your relationship, okay? Um, Spirit is saying that you were a diviner at birth. And I think that I mentioned this when this card, the bobble arisia, came up. The bobble arisia card came up. So like I said, in my tradition, it represents a priest or a priestess like myself, okay? But Spirit is saying that you were born at birth to be a diviner. So you have the potential to create, to manifest. You have the potential to foretell of the future. You can use tarot cards. You can read water, read fire, read tea leaves, read coffee grinds. You can do any number of fortune telling type um, predictions. You could even be psychic in the way. You could be clairaudient. You could be a passing medium. There could be a number of things, but Spirit is saying that you are a diviner from birth, okay? And this could have been in your bloodline. This could have come from your ancestors way, way, way back, hundreds and possibly even thousands of years ago, okay? There could have been diviners in your family, seers, that gypsies, fortune tellers in your family. So Spirit is saying that this is your birthright. All right. You don't have to be initiated like me, but in order to activate it, you may undergo some initiation, but also through that prayer and that meditation, you can connect with Spirit and start to cultivate that energy. So this is what Spirit is saying. Um, Spirit is also warning the single mothers who are watching this. Single mothers, you have children, especially young children. Be very careful of pedophiles. Be careful of leaving your children with a boyfriend, possibly even with people in your family, okay, who have been sexually abused, sexually molested, but have never received um, counseling or support to have some kind of resolve. All right. Be careful of pedophiles, leaving your children around others, because Spirit is saying that the children are at risk for being potentially molested or abused if it hasn't already happened. Okay. So you definitely have to guard your children. Remember, your children are your blessings. All right. Do not leave your children. If you have kind of like an iffy kind of feeling or a vibe about maybe I shouldn't go out tonight, maybe I shouldn't leave my child with such and such, then follow that. Okay, I don't give a damn if it's your family. There are people in your family who may be engaging in that type of behavior. Okay, so you got to watch it. Spirit is saying you should wear a lot of silver. Shine up your silver really good. Wear silver, because the energy, like I said before, I pulled Odu. Before Odu, the spirit even was really going into depth about speaking, I told you that Yemaya's energy, the mother of all the oceans of the world, the owner of the oceans of the world, the mother of everyone on this planet, the mothering energy, the mothering energy that represents fertility, wealth, children, abundance, prosperity. Okay, Yemaya's energy is here with you. She is very, very strong. Okay, she's very powerful. She's gonna help you to come out of whatever it is that you're in. You can do a Yemaya bath. And this Yemaya bath, you get a bowl of water, add tap water to it, and add several drops of molasses into it. Stir it with your left hand and start praying for Yemaya to protect you, to destroy any black magic, brujeria, witchcraft, spells, curses, hexes that have been worked against you, to help you to tap into your wealth and prosperity and well-being, to uplift you, to cleanse you. Then after you bathe regularly with soap and water, you're going to take this and dump it from your head all the way down to your body and air dry. You're going to dress in white, wrap your head in white, sleep in white sheets if you can, or light colored sheets. And you're going to start to pray and meditate to tap into that energy. Yemaya is going to help pull you out of this despair. Okay, because these cards right here, okay, no bueno. That's not a good look right now. Okay, so Yemaya said she's going to help you. Be careful of holes in your body. Like I said, tap into Yemaya's energy, also Obatala's energy. Keep your head wrapped in white so you can prevent like these explosive outbursts. Okay. um, Spirit is saying that there are family members that are jealous of you, that may be jealous of you, or that were jealous of you. Okay, so keep your eye open for family members. You definitely got to watch it. All right. Families can sometimes be your worst enemy. I hate to say it, but in some cases it's true. So you definitely got to watch your back. There could be some haters in your family somewhere. So you definitely, like in the other Odu that came up, it talked about don't talk your plans, not even to your family. Okay, let your plans build up energy, positive energy, um, build up steam, and actually watch your plans manifest. And then once your plans manifest and come to fruition, once you see the fruits of your labor, if you want to talk about it, then you can talk about it. But Spirit is saying, watch talking your business, okay? Because once you start talking your business, you start to deflate it. People start to put in their good sense into it and their energy into it. And like I said in other videos, people come into this world with varying levels of ache, of power to manifest, okay? And that power to manifest runs in their ancestral line. Some people have a stronger ability to manifest than others, okay? Some people have to get initiated in traditions to strengthen that ache, that ability to manifest. Other people don't even have to get initiated. As long as they're in prayer and meditation and they're living a clean lifestyle and they're continuing to cultivate their energy, they have the ability to manifest for the good, to create, or also to destroy. And so people negatively, when they're jealous, they're frustrated, they don't feel like they can do what you do, they start putting in their negative vibes, negative energies, evil eyes, mal de ojo, and envidioso, that kind of thing. You do not need that in your life, okay? So Yemaya is going to protect you and bless you. Just keep in mind that some of this information can resonate with you. None of it or all of it. Just take what you need and leave the rest, okay? Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And look at the videos previous months to this one so you can kind of see the running storyline, okay? And I look forward to seeing you in the next couple of weeks for November 2019. And I hope that all works out. Just keep in mind, do your white baths, do your Yemaya bath and prayers, do your spiritual cleanings, and I will attach the links. You can also go into my playlist section and look at the different orishas and their prayers and their songs to tap into those divine energies. All right, so I will talk to you later.